Let us see the first ever example. It's a very simple example just to test whether everything is working fine. We'll see the details about the examples and how it works later on. So what I will do is simply let's first go to this database, and here we just need to create an index. So I just give any name. So demo IDX 001, and here I'll just go with a simple example again, a manual configuration. And here I just give the dimension as a 2, and I'll choose any of these cloud provider. I'll just go with the GCP, and rest of the things looks okay. I'll just go with the metric is cosine, and let's create an index. Okay, all right, so index has been created, and we will insert or upsert the records using the program. Now let us create one simple Python program, and for now I'll just if you do not know how to connect it, and so what you can basically do is go to this index, okay, and here there is a connect option, and you have a different programming language, depends upon the programming language. Here in our case it's the Python, and just follow this instruction. I'll just go with this initial instruction, and in the PyCharm I'll create a new project, and I'll just simply say demo Pinecone Quickstart. Okay, and again say 001. Okay, now let's create new windows, and here in the terminal you just follow this instruction. Let's the index get created, and then we'll uh, follow the instruction provided by the Pinecone itself. All right. Okay. So now what I will do is simply go to this page, and I'll just copy this pip install Pinecone, and go to this terminal, pip install Pinecone. So that will install the Pinecone SDK for the Python. Okay, so it's successfully installed, and now let's again go to this the code. So here we have a simple code. So it's already giving an instruction that initialize client and target the quick start index. In our case, the index name is demo idx 001. Okay, so I'll just create a simple Python file, pinecone. Okay, and here the API key. I just renamed this file name so that it does not conflict with the package itself. So I just made it to Pinecone 001. Okay, so now how to get the API keys? We already had, if you know, previously we created an API key, and you may have copied that. Either you can paste over here, but this is not a good design. You should always keep API key into environment variable or somewhere in the secret file. Okay, so what I will do is simply create an environment variable, and go to this Pinecone 001 edit configuration, and here in the environment variable either you click over here or add, or either you can just put a semicolon and say a Pinecone API key or simple API key, and just paste whatever the API key is available for you, and the previously that you have copied, and just apply it and say okay. Okay, so now what we can do is import OS and API key equal to os.environ and Python API Pinecone instead, or either you can do the same thing, it would be looking good. So just change it here to Python API key. All right, so now what we can do is simply API key is, or I would say again, Pinecone API key. Okay, and our index name is simply in our case it is demo idx 001, Okay, all right. So now what we'll do is simply we'll go to this code and again go to this connect and just copy the other code. So the first and foremost thing is that now you already connected with the index. Now you can play with the index. If you are facing any problem, just check with the API keys, or if you forgot the API key, you can just create or generate the API key any point of time. Okay. Okay, so now this is an upsert. So upsert is nothing but either if the record exists, then it will just update, and if not exists, then it will insert the record and use the namespace to help the speed up the queries and comply with the multi-tenancy. So you have this by default namespace and S1. Don't worry about this all again. Just copy it here and paste into your program. So here again you say that index and it is just upsert or insert the vectors. So vectors we have vector 1 and the values, if you remember that we have created two-dimensional vector, so that is only 2. If you have changed this to 3, then you may get the error. Another thing is you have a simple metadata, that's information, this is genre and drama, genre action, genre drama and genre action. Okay, what I'll do is just copy and paste over here. Okay, all right. So now our index, the vectors would be created. So now if you want to check, now let us try to run this application. Let me clear. Clear all. Okay, now let us try to run it. Okay, so let's check whether we get our data or not. So I'll simply say yes, create, and if we see this, we can see all the four VAC1, VAC2, VAC3 and VAC4 has been created. That's we have. So we have successfully created the vectors and inserted the data into the index of Pinecone. Okay. Now let us we also have a query. We can query a search query, and if you click again in the connect, you have an example of this query. Just copy it and here just paste it. So we have again a namespace is being given in S1, which is pretty much an vector that we are looking for, and we have top k is 2. Either you can, this is the top results. Okay, and then include values and then filter. So this is a metadata filter, it will check, and you are just only required to search only the metadata which has an equivalent genre is action. Okay, so let's try to run it and just let's see what it prints. Okay, so it has the matches. This is the response and matches this VAC2 and VAC4. If you see, the VAC2 and VAC4 are the genre is action, and the top two results only there are two results are there. So it just got all the result. If we go with this one, so let's see, and it will go with the nearest search and maximum match for the same. Now let's try to run. Okay, all right. So we got one result only, and the near one is 0, 1, 3, so 2.0 and 1.0. So this might look like the nearest one. Okay, so this is the way that we can successfully get our hands dirty with this Pinecone with the Python SDK for Pinecone, and just play with it so that you can have a hands-on with the Pinecone. All right, so that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.